Have you ever wondered what it's like behind the scenes of a popular TV show? How about a high-pressure TV show like American Idol? Today's guest will share with us some insight into his experience with the show and what he's doing now, next on Person to Person. American Idol. It's the crazy phenomenon that people try out for every year with the hopes of being discovered. Our guest today has braved the long audition lines and a few tone-deaf singers. On today's program, we get the chance to get to know him and find out what his life is like after appearing on American Idol.
Welcome to today's edition of Person to Person. I'm your host, Christina De Jesus. We would like for you to meet our guest today, Christopher Henry.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. How are you today?
I'm doing good. A little bit wiped. It was a long drive.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm pretty much peachy with a side of keen.
Very nice. So tell us, how did you decide that you wanted to audition for American Idol?
Well, it was kind of one of those things that, when you're a singer, a lot of people tell you after, hearing that, you go, oh, you should try out for American Idol, you should try out for American Idol. And, you kind of go, oh, I'm thinking about it. And finally, it came to New York. And, I was done with school, and, I had no further reasons for procrastination. And I said, I think I'll give it a shot. And so I did it. I made it past round 1 and round 2 and got all the way to those 3 right there. And the rest is pretty much history,
Very nice. Now, when you finally made it in front of the judges, they noticed something a bit funny about you. Let's see what they saw.
Oh my God, I see it, totally.
Yeah, you've probably heard already. I'm the famous look-alike right
You
now.
look like Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, I don't really see it that much. But
I get it.
I see it. Don't you see it, Paula? It's Carol. Don't you see it?
It's like staring in the mirror.
Wow, you guys
Carol
are...
says identical.
You're very good looking, but...
Wow.
Sure.
Like Simon, are you compared to George Michael as well?
yeah, I've been hearing a lot that I've been compared to George Michael. I don't know, I've been compared to a lot of the Brits.
How did it feel to be compared to Simon Cowell?
Kind of strange in a way, because I personally think anybody who thinks I look like Simon Cowell should be examined for cataracts or some kind of degenerative eye disease, because I don't see it. And personally, nobody else on any of the blog boards or the internet agreed with the Idol producers. There was kind of something they stuck on me and said, oh, you look like Simon Cowell, we're going to go with that. I'd also like to say another strange thing they should have pointed out about me, and I apologize to the American public, is my eyebrows. That was a bad waxing job. I kind of looked like Boy George on a really bad day, or Queen Amidala from Star Wars. It was just bad. I apologize, America. Nobody deserves those eyebrows.
So you auditioned for Idol in September of 2006, but it didn't air until January of 2007. Did you know you were going to be on TV?
Oh,
and what was your reaction?
Not a clue. And the reaction was like, oh my. Maybe something a bit different. But, it was really interesting. You see a lot of people on those shows, and they're so, unbelievable and, out of the realm of kind of like normal human behavior, which that's not me. And you're kind of like, wow, I really didn't do anything that interesting. And I didn't. I didn't argue with them. I didn't cry. I didn't start a fight. So I figured, why would I be put in the show? It'd be a waste of a segment. And lo and behold, I guess they found something interesting about it. So I was kind of like, huh, why me? But, looking back on it, actually, I guess, I caused a fight between the 2 judges. They fought over me. So I guess that's a reason why. Personally, I didn't think I did anything that interesting. But it was, the reasons, America seemed to like it. So, hey, 37 million people tuned in. I did something somewhat right.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So you were actually in New York when it aired and were called to do Larry King Live on CNN. Did all of this just come way too fast for you?
Oh, completely, but not in the sense of like it was overwhelming or I couldn't handle it. It came kind of. I was on vacation with a friend who's my best friend Jason, who's doing a travel guide in New York, and we were in the middle of seeing a Broadway show, Spam-A-Lot. In the middle of the second act, my phone was vibrating like crazy in my pants, and I kept checking, and I said, "Why is everybody calling me tonight of all nights? It's like every person I know on the planet is calling me." And I finally get a text message saying, "You're on TV," and I'm like, "Oh, it's Idol night, isn't it?" I'm like, "Well, there we go." And I run out and call every person I've ever met in my entire life and said, "How did it go?" You know, inner paranoia took over, and everybody's like, "Oh, you came off fine. You came off great." I got home, 400 MySpace messages, and like all these IMs on my computer. Such love I received. Call from Larry King, which they wanted me to come and do the next night. And Larry King, amazing, by the way. He was just so nice. He talked to us during the commercial breaks. He was just really great. I mean, I was kind of a spaz about the whole thing. I was supposed to see Hairspray the next night. I'm like, "Oh, you know what? I really wanted to see Hairspray." And they're kind of like, "You're doing Larry King, dude." I'm like, "I know, but I really wanted to see Hairspray. Ashley Parker Angel just started, and, you know, it would have been nice." They're like, "Wow." It's like, reality check. But, you know, it was a lot of fun. And, you know, how many people can say they did Larry King live? It was amazing.
Very nice. I think we have some to show.
Good.
You know, I certainly didn't do it for any political reasons. You know, it's usually sort of gotten good responses, but I understand why it's a little bit weird to see a guy with that high of a range, especially that full voiced. So,
Bucky Covington, do you think Simon was cruel to him?
Might have been a little rude, but there again, it's the point of the show. First of all, hats off to you, Chris. I appreciate you taking it like that, man. I mean, it's everybody knows it's the 6th year it's been on, so everybody knows how that show goes. If you're mediocre, you don't even make it to the 2nd or 3rd round. If you're bad, of course you make it to the 3rd round, and they're gonna ridicule you. So just hats off to Chris, man, for handling it like that, because that's what the show's about.